Welcome to Why I Knit. My name is Rachel and I'm your host. It is Saturday, January 31st, 2015, and you can find all the show notes at whyiknitvidcast.blogspot.com. You can find me on Ravelry as Yarn Talk. There's also a Ravelry group. I am Why I Knit on Twitter, and I am Why I Knit on Instagram. And I apologize for the blanket, but this is like my favorite blanket ever. It's really old. It's even older than I am. But it's on its last legs, sadly. Because it's been washed a lot. But I'm wearing it because it's kind of cold in the house today. I mean, the heat is on, but I'm still pretty cold. So, let's see. This week's been interesting. The weather didn't exactly go according to plan. It was supposed to snow 6 to 12 on Monday to Tuesday. And it never came. We just got like a dusting. So, at least around here, the meteorologists were getting slammed by people who were very angry that the weather did not come like they said. And a lot of people thought that it was just a mess. But we have another storm coming, and it looks like this one, they seem to be a little bit more solid about. They're saying 3 to 6 for the area I live in, but it's going to be like a mix of snow and rain, so that amount might actually be a little bit lower when everything is said and done. So, enough about the weather, though. I have a FO, and it's the practice sock. Yes, I finished this yesterday. Actually, the picture for today's episode, and here's the toe, is this practice sock. I took it yesterday when I was in the car doing stuff. I actually this is the only thing I worked on yesterday, was this practice sock, because I wanted to get it done. It's not perfect, but that's okay, because I didn't expect it to be perfect. But yeah, overall though, I'm very pleased about it. Again, here's the toe. I kitchenered it. I think I screwed up the kitchening a little bit, but that's okay. 2x2 rib. And I did this out of acrylic yarn, because this was just a practice sock. And when I get on the needle stuff, I'll talk about what I'm doing, again. But that's not going to be, I'm not going to show you that, because I only have the ribbing done, because I started. And actually, that's a good thing to talk about first, is because socks come in pairs of 2, I decided to cast on a second practice sock. But this one is not going to be a match for this one, only because I want to do a couple different things. One thing is that I'm going to add like a little bit of a leg to it after the ribbing, because I'm just on the ribbing portion, because the socks that I'm planning to make are going to have legs on them. So I'm going to do like probably like a inch leg or something, 2 inches maybe, and then I'll get into the heel flap and the gusset and stuff like that. Picking up for the gusset was actually easier because I used the second needle to help me. Because I can't do the one needle pickup. It's just hard for me. So I don't know. But doing it with 2 needles helps me very much. So I think I'm going to do that again for the second sock. Other than that, and then other modifying by adding a leg, I'm going to do the same thing I did for this sock. I'm using Silver's sock class because it was just, like, very well written, and I think adding a leg, because I don't want too much ribbing. I'd rather have more leg than ribbing. Will be helpful for me. But again, I'm using this as a help me with sock construction. I'm not really going to wear this sock. But that's not here for nor there. Let's see, Miriam's scarf. This is for my sis, of course. And let me just grab it because I have to grab it from its area. Ta-da! Yes, I decided to switch the colors. That way both the white and the turquoise were used predominantly. I actually haven't worked on this in a couple of days because I've been working on a couple other things. But stitch almost fell off. But I'm probably going to be working on that probably today when I go out later with my mom and sister. That is probably when I will be working on it again. And see, and then I have one more thing on the needles, and that, of course, is my mom's bag. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Yeah, you're like, what the heck? What happened to the red, pink, peach one? The yarn was acting too much of a jerk for me. I don't know if it was the yarn itself, or the needles, or what. It just wasn't working out. Finally, I decided, you know what? I'm going to stop using this yarn for a minute. Let me just go ahead, pick out some other yarn that my mom had bought for the bags. Use that. Find needles somehow that I wasn't using. Whether it be for UFOs or what. And then just use those. I had remembered I had bought some Knitter's Pride. Hold on, I have the Knitter's Pride Dreams. Yeah, 7. The 47-inch ones. These are fixed. They're not interchangeables. For a different project. So I decided to use that. And then use the other yarn. So this is what I have. This is, I know it's 100% acrylic. Hold on a second. So let me just move that. It's the Red Heart with Love in the Daffodil colorway. And I think this is pretty much true to color. For this one. Sorry about the laptop movement. But yeah, overall, so far, I'm not even a round into it, though. I'm much more happier with it. Softness-wise, it's not as soft as the Red Heart Soft. But it's definitely not as rough as the Super Saver is. So that is what I have on the needles for this week. And let's see what else. I'm not going to show you any spending this week because I haven't done a lot. I've done a little, but honestly, I haven't done as much as I have the last 2 weeks. So, the spin zone is going to take a week off. My plan is to really work on it quite a bit this upcoming week for when hopefully it's a little bit warmer so I can enjoy it a little bit better than I usually do when I spin. Let's see, what else? Oh, the knitting planner feedback. Thanks to Lisa Marie on YouTube, who left a comment on the video that I posted on Monday. She said that she does something similar with a planner and her phone, and that was basically what I was going to do, was use the planner and just bring the planner with me. I wasn't even going to use my phone for anything. Just have it write everything down, because that way I have a physical copy and not an electronic. It's just personal preference. But I hope that everyone found that video somewhat enjoyable, and maybe you can make your own knitting planner. Let's see. No stash enhancement this week. I do have a question for those people who make stitch markers. What size jump ring or split ring do you use? What I mean by jump ring and split ring, they're the ones that are kind of like a circle. They are a circle, actually. And split rings are normally used, I think, for keychains, but you can use them for stitch markers too. And jump rings, they're the ones that have that little hole at the top of the ring because they're not fully closed. And I think they're used primarily in chainmail, which I think is what when you look at a armor that Knight will wear, there's a little area that I think that's chainmail. But it's used in jewelry as well. But I really want to make my own stitch markers to put up at Etsy store sometime this year. And I'm not sure what size jump rings to use. So, if anyone makes their own stitch markers, whether they do it for themselves or they put up the stitch markers for sale, it would just be it would be greatly helpful to know what size jump rings to use, because I looked everywhere for a jump ring size, and I can't find it. So, ask on the podcast whether at what size jump rings you use. And the last thing I have today, because this will be a little bit of a quicker episode, partially because I'm pretty cold, and even though the heat's on, I'm still, as I said, a little bit cold. And honestly, I don't have a lot to talk about this week. Is contest. I was actually planning to do this for episode number 10, but I decided to move it up an episode because I didn't want to forget about it. There are, I know, several cows going on other podcasts. I'm not going to do one until April, at least. Originally, I was going to say May, but April might be a little bit better. what I want to know is how many of those cows you are currently participating in. It doesn't have to be on a podcast. I just want to know the number. I don't need to know like the names of each like cow you're participating in. So here's what you have to do. Please post the number in the episode 9 thread by February 13th. That is not this upcoming Friday, but the following Friday. It's the day before Valentine's Day. The winner will be chosen at random via random number generator. And they will have a choice between one of two things. They can have either a $25 Etsy gift card. That's the smallest amount that Etsy allows, or a pattern / ebook from Ravelry that's no more than $15. And the reason why 15 is I think books usually tend to be about in that 12 to 15 way. If it's like just for like a single pattern though, can you please try not to be more than 10? That would be grateful. I will have a little bit of leeway more for Ravelry, but for the gift card, it will be $25, no matter what. So again, you have till February 13th to enter. Preferably, you can. I prefer if you become a member of the Ravelry group as well. In order that way, it's just easier that way. I will contact you via Rav on the 14th after I record this episode. Record episode 11, or I will still contact you on the 14th, even if I decide not to record and then announce the winner later on in the episode, week or so. But that is it for today. Again, check out the Ravelry group, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, I am Yarn Talk on Ravelry. And I know this is a shorter episode, but I don't have a lot to talk about this week. Not to it really not having a lot to show you as well. I hope everyone has a good week for those of you like myself, and I know there's several other podcasters who are going to be in this newest Snowstorm week. Stay safe, and I will be back next week with another episode. Bye.